Hi, hello, my name is Jerry, and this is Jerry Rants. You probably know that, but, I like to say that at the beginning just in case somebody came here by accident, or it was an autoplay or something. But at any rate, remember to subscribe and like the video and stuff, because, some people say that matters, some people say that doesn't, but either way, just do it anyway, because you're here, and it's just one button. Geez, push a button. So anyway, I'm here to rant about a subject because I hate all subjects. I hate the word subject. It's fucking stupid. But anyway, I need to get a random subject to rant about to tell you why I hate it from the person off screen. Okay, person off screen, please give me topic.
Public schools.
Public schools is the topic. Oh boy, this is gonna be a doozy, folks. First and foremost, public schools are the bane of society. Let me explain why. First of all, if you don't have money, you have to go to public school. Guess why? Because the law says so. Unless you have a parent that's up and coming and like wants to change people and wants to put themselves in the position of the teacher. They can keep your kids at home and teach them, but that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about the public schools where everybody goes to get dumb. The only place in the world where you can go and fail every subject until 8th grade, but still get to 8th grade. What the fuck is your problem, public schools? If you fail a subject, what was the purpose of taking the test to find out if you pass or fail? Just so they can keep record of whether or not, this person's stupid? That person's stupid, so, be nice to that person, but keep going up. That's deep pushing them up through the grades and stuff. By the time they're 18, they're fine. They'll be a workhorse for society. You don't need to worry about anything else. They don't need to know, 2 plus 2, or the fact that there are fucking credit gods. They don't need to know about the credit gods. Don't tell them about that. Just let them out into society. They'll figure that stuff up. That's fine. They'll get credit cards, and they'll fuck over their future within 2 years of leaving high school. That's fine. We don't need to teach them how not to do that. That's okay. Go ahead and keep standardizing your tests because everybody thinks the same way. That's right. Yeah. These people that have completely different backgrounds and different environment at home all need to be taught the same thing in the same way. Are you fucking nuts? Are you fucking nuts? The only way to get out of this is if your parents are fucking rich. Who has that? You need to win the lottery. If you have a brain in your head, you need to win the lottery to get your kids out of the public school and then say, hey, go to this private school. That's what it takes. You have to win the fucking lottery or be Donald Trump or Donald Trump Jr. because I'm sure they didn't have to go to a goddamn public school ever. What the fuck, man? You expect these people that are running the country, not just running the country, that they're in charge of all the production, all of the entirety of the future, the literal future of your country. And you trust them to public school where you can fail until the 8th grade and still get through. Why is that not a problem in your eyes? Public schools have, what was it, when I was little, it was Iowa public standards or some presidential fitness test. I'm sorry, but the world in general doesn't give a fuck if I can do 4 push-ups. Or a pull-up. 1 pull-up. When I was fucking in high school, if I could do 1 pull-up, that was okay. What the fuck, man? Oh, wait, we give you a pity party pass. That's fine. You did a pull-up. That's good enough for us. Then that's just a physical aspect. Why do I need to show you my peak physical performance as a child to make myself somebody in this society? You know what? You don't have to. That's the joke, folks. You can do anything you want after you get out of high school because high school means nothing. All the public schools are nothing. But you keep sending your kids there because You have to legally, unless you have a private school or homeschooling. Or there's a couple of different kinds of homeschooling that are kind of cool and stuff. Not enough people do it. But think about it. These people that are like, you see it all the time. You see people making fun of the fancy math classes and shit that you have to take in high school. And if you don't, then you can't pass because it's required, But you get out of high school, I don't remember a goddamn thing that I learned in math. Not a fucking thing. Except for basic multiplication, addition, subtraction, that kind of stuff. That's all I remember. That advanced stuff, they're like, oh, well, it teaches you things about how to do, critical thinking and shit. You can give me critical thinking classes by making me play Monster Hunter. Make me play Monster Hunter. There's critical thinking in that. But you won't let me do that because it's not in some dusty ass textbook from 1941. You won't do it. You won't do it unless it's outdated data that is so fucking fisheye. It's all tunnel vision. That's what it is. Tunnel vision. That's the word. The tunnel vision where you this is what you want your kids to think. This is how you want them to think, and you let them do that. Because you don't want to think outside the box. You don't want them to think outside the box. You just want society to keep moving forward, keep replicating ourselves, make more. Get out of high school, fuck a bunch, make more of us, then have them do the same thing. That's what you want from society. But you don't say that. You just say, well, they have to go to school because it's public school. Everybody goes to school. You just have to do it. You're not actually going to retain any of that knowledge, but make sure you go because, fuck you. Yeah, that's right. That's right, Jimmy. That's right, Jimmy. Your parents don't care about you, Jimmy. They're like, go to public school because that's just the norm. Because we don't want you staying at home because it's fucking weird. Like, I don't understand. I don't understand why. It's so simple. Just update your information in the classroom. Make new textbooks. Go out of your way to stop the bullying in high school. Go out of your way to realize that there's some kids that learn differently than other kids. You have to stop telling them that these textbooks, these history textbooks, are telling them specific things, some of which are completely wrong, but it's tunnel vision. You want them to think that history happened a certain way, even though every other country in the world says it a different way. Like, this is what happened in this country at this time. Unless you ask the people in Czechoslovakia. You ask them what happened over here at that time, they're like, no, that's not even close. They were pickling pancakes back then. That's what they were doing. But they won't write that in the textbooks over in America because they don't want them to know the truth. I mean, I don't know, man. You ask them about that. But you say, oh, the white people won the Civil War for the black people to get them out of the slavery. That's what we did it for, right? No, it was over money. It was money grubbing. It's always about money. But we have to tell it a certain way. That's what it was for. The North and the South, oh, the South are the bad guys, right? The North was bad too. Just, not as adamant about keeping the slavery around. But they don't tell you that. They don't tell you that kind of stuff. You have to learn that outside of school. After you get, you grow up and you go out into the world and you realize, wow, the world sucks. It's full of floating sharks and water monsters that just appear in front of you. And then you open a credit card because so many credit card companies really want you to open a credit card. And then you get out there, you get the credit card, and they're like, cool, I can do things. I'm going to charge it. Oh, why don't I have any credit left? I don't have any credit left. It's just gone. Oh, it's because the credit card fucked me up. Now I can't get a car or a place to live or fuck. You can't do anything because the credit cards. You want a car, you can't have a car. Because the high school, the public school told you nothing. They didn't tell you anything about your credit or the credit score or the credit cards. They just put you out there and said, oh, you'll be fine. You passed all this curriculum. And now you're out there on your own. using all the information that you gather. Information. I'll use the air quotes again every time I talk about the fucking public school. The information. Because it's all skewed in their own favor. And then they send you out there, and then you fuck up your life, and you're like, why did I fuck up my life? I did everything according to the way I was taught in the public school. Guess what, Jimmy? That's why you fucked up your life. Because your parents sent you to fuck public school. Fuck public school, man.